The sails of the Sydney Opera House were illuminated at dawn today with artwork depicting and honouring stories of the Gadigal women of the Eora Nation, recognising Australia's First Nations to kick off Australia Day in New South Wales. After first light, both the Australian flag and Aboriginal Australian flag were raised together on top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Kamilaroi woman and artist Rhonda Sampson from Western Sydney was commissioned to create the artwork Diyan Warrane for the display on the Opera House sails. Read more. Australia Day trading. What will and won't be open on January 26? The artwork represents the important role of First Nations women around the waters of Warrane, Sydney Harbour. These waters were known as the Women's Domain, where Gadigal women would fish throughout the harbour, from Me Mel, Goat Island, to Tar Dawes Point. The artwork honours 4 celebrated women of the Gadigal people, Borong, Patigarang, Daringa, and Barangaroo, who were all very skilled fisher women with their own unique individual stories and contributions. The harbour has always been integral to the everyday lives of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and it's important we continue to share their stories. It is important we'll listen, Sampson said. It is important to me to share the eel dreaming story of the Gadigal people, of how the waterways of Warrane were formed, and how the Gadigal women used those waterways to fish and feed their people. They listened to the harbour, to Mother Earth. We all need to listen. Sampson said she was honoured to see her work on the sails of the Opera House. Read more. Taryn Brumfitt's 2023 Australian of the Year speech in full. This day brings up a lot of feelings and we need to reflect on that, she said. NSW Premier Dominic Perrottet said the dawn reflection was a very appropriate way to start January 26, which can be a conflictual date for many. The state of NSW is proud to continue important conversations to recognise the history, culture, excellence and achievements of Aboriginal people, such as the stories of these 4 women, he said. Australia Day Council of NSW Chairman Andrew Parker said the Australia Day in Sydney program focused on inclusion, understanding and reconciliation. Sign up here to receive our daily newsletters and breaking news alerts, sent straight to your inbox. It is the 3rd year for the Dawn Reflection, and it is a moment to pause and reflect on our country's First Nations history, and the steps we need to take to become a unified country. Amplifying Aboriginal voices allows us to show the authentic connection between our First Nations people and the land on which we all live, Parker said. Yvonne Weldon, Deputy Chair of the Australia Day Council of NSW, and Deputy Chair Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, said Australia Day was a time to reflect, respect, celebrate and commemorate. Every day we walk in our ancestors' footsteps, and as we gather it's important to reflect on our past, commemorate and honor those who have gone before us in our history, and celebrate the survival of our people, our culture and our history, she said. When we bring our First Nations voices and share our truth and stories to January 26, we create meaningful discourse and change. The Dawn projection offers an opportunity for Australia Day to start with a reflective moment that recognises our First People and celebrates our culture as it is shared on the sails of the culturally significant Sydney Opera House.